Hi, everyone. I'm Steve here with Pastor Brote.
Hi,
Thanks for being here, Pastor.
thanks.
You know, it's so easy to see when we have idols in our lives, but it's also easy not to look at them. And come on, we all do it. We all get caught up in things of the world. It could be our cell phone, our favorite TV series, or whatever it is, where we're not focused on God first. So give us an example. What verse do you have for us, Pastor?
Okay, I'm looking at Acts 4:32 through 35, and this is unusually long for our little recordings, but it's so important. What you're going to see is the church in practice, in activity, the way they did it at the beginning. And I'm going to read and kind of comment on the way so I can just kind of get through a lot here. All the believers were one in heart, Acts 4:32, one in heart and mind. No one claimed that any of their possessions were their own. They shared everything they had. Look at that, everything. And it wasn't socialism or communism. It's that these people had things and they gave those things up to bless others. And because of that, look, with great power, the apostles continue to testify to the resurrection of the Lord Jesus. It was real to them. And God's grace was so powerfully at work in them all. Wow, it reached far, wide, and deep. Verse 34, that there were no needy persons among them. For from time to time, those who owned land or houses sold them, brought the money from the sales and put it at the apostles' feet, and it was distributed to anyone who had need. This is the abundant life. This is the abundant way of living. And it wasn't just given out helter-skelter. It was according to needs. These people owned land. It wasn't socialism. It wasn't. This is thousands of, maybe close to a couple thousand years before socialism existed. This is God's economy here. This is God's doing and way of doing, of blessing one another. It's so powerful here in this text that these people let go of everything. And because of that, the gospel was so very effective. I'll
Yeah,
be quiet for a moment here.
yeah, and again, what's the heart? We're not advocating governments taking resources from these people and distributing to these people and the government's deciding. We're not advocating that. We're advocating a heart toward God and being obedient to Him. There's a difference. It's about, once again, it's about your motive. It's about not being selfish. But these people had the joy of the Lord. That's pretty much, they were obsessed with Jesus, and that indicated what their behavior is, right?
Right. And, people had ownership of things, but that ownership was seen for a different purpose, and that was to glorify God. And not to send it through government, which just dissipates and disappears, but to actually set it before leaders that can make godly decisions and bless the church in whole. And that's where the power is. That's where the might of the Lord just shows, and the testimony of who Jesus is. That people who don't put a priority to Jesus, they don't have a priority, and everybody around them knows that is what is true. How your giving works, it shows what is true.
Thank you, Pastor, for your input. We will see you next time.
All right.